Lean over here. Look, you're right.
Hello, everybody. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on tonight. We've had a sick dog all week, and she is still not feeling well. And we found out a couple weeks ago she had Lyme disease, but now she's going down. She's been going downhill pretty hard this week, and we actually took her to uh, took her last night to the back to the, we took her to the vet twice yesterday, and and we were,
Just say it.
we was just trying to get we was gonna say we was gonna have to put her down because she got so much worse in the afternoon. This was the second time we had her out there in the same day, and they had enough nerve to tell you how bad it is. They wouldn't give her the shot to put her down. But I mean, and she's slowly going downhill further. But I mean, but what really got busted mine and Lisa's heart was they told us to just sign that if that to sign her over to them, and then they would do research on research to help get her well, to find out what was wrong with her and all this stuff. I mean, yes, I mean I know they got to have dogs do that kind of stuff, but you don't tell a person that after, especially when I mean after we've had her for 11 years. I mean, and all that stuff. And everybody here knows that we take her to every vet every time she's supposed to do a pet. We take care of her and all this stuff. So, but if it's, I mean, it has really tore Delisa me up. But I mean, but they shouldn't have come right out and said no. They wanted to take her and use her for a guinea pig. I mean, basically, and that is well. I mean, well, I had. Hey, Mark.
Hey, hey,
Yeah.
set up here.
All right. Yeah, it has been one of those weeks from hell.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Our puppy dog, or fur baby's dying. I think.
Oh lordy, yeah, it's not good.
She had a couple weeks ago. We found out she had Lyme and disease and all that stuff. But they said it was not a not a big case of it.
Right.
But it's progressing quickly. I mean, and the and we've spent over $4,000 on this dog in 2 months out of that place. And then they have enough nerve to tell us last night that we're that they had enough nerve last night. They wanted us to sign the dog over to them to rent. I mean, sign the dog over to them for using as a guinea pig. Okay, Mater, how you doing tonight? Hey, Jeff.
We have people know that take care of
And
They can testify.
yeah, well, Tommy, that's kind of the thing about it is, yeah, hey, Ed, there's a slight bit of hope. Hey, Wayne, there's a slight bit of hope. She's on medication and all right now. She's basically conked out right. I mean, knocked out right now. But I mean, it's not a good sight because I mean, yesterday she tried to get up and even her back legs wouldn't even work together. They she tried to walk and her back legs were crossing, so she was stumbling around and everything else. So how are you doing tonight, Mr. Ed?
I'm doing awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a, a, having with a. I mean, we can't have kids. We couldn't have kids, so our fur babies are our kids. So I mean, she's been a great part of our life for 11 years. So we couldn't ask for a better one. So hopefully, like I said, that we took her out to the vet last night to put her to sleep, and then they tried to then they tried to convince us to sign them over to her or sign them over to the vet so they could make a daggum make a pin cushion out of her, I guess, because they wanted to use her to be a kind of a test animal. I said, "Bulls BS." I said, "Not." I mean, it's just that was the biggest shock to shock. You know, I mean, just because I mean, kind of because I kind of told them I said we've already spent $4,000 out here try in the last month or so, but you know I asked last couple of months and y'all know damn well we take great care of her. So and but she's just she's stubborn, but I mean she's a real active dog, and she loves to run, and we know she's got a torn muscle in her shoulder. That was just one of the first things that she went out for, but but it's supposed to be just a small tear, and so they so that we've had her on some medication for that, and so and they want to now they just want us to give them to us for give her give the dog to her for being a just so they can be a she can. They said that they try to fix her and all this stuff. I said, well, what do you think we're paying you for? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, hey, Brazy, it's I mean, it's a totally different thing that you know. We took her to the doggone vet. We never asked for. We never even asked them how much the bill was going to cost or anything else. But I'm not gonna sit here and let them start cutting her up. There's no reason. I mean, because of a muscle that's got a little tear in it, we're not gonna start letting them operate and everything else. But it's not just that now. I mean, since she found out she had Lyme, she's dropping. She has gotten down now where she's not eating. She's she gets up and she still goes walking around now, but I mean, she's not eating or anything. So, but I hope everybody else had a better week than we did.
I had a busy week.
Well, I kind of figured you.
Can't hear you, Daryl. Nope, still nothing. Nope. Your lips are moving, but nothing's coming out the mouth. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Hi, everybody in chat. Testes, testes. 1, 2, 3. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Da, 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 da. Nope, still nothing. Houston, I think we have a problem. I'm glad y'all can hear me. Yeah! Let's see, what can we do with Daryl's channel here? Shall we play some copyrighted music? Let's start swearing. Try leaving the chat and coming back in, Daryl. Sometimes that'll reset it. So now it's Twisted V Twin Garage's show. Re-enter the chat. Daryl has left the chat.
Okay, we're at work now.
He's back.
Yeah, I figured you after you was saying you had to rewire snow plows and all that stuff last week. I figured you'd have a pretty busy week.
Yeah, it was interesting to say the least.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
There you are.
Too many phone calls.
Well,
Yeah.
well, when you're a big important businessman, you get a bunch of phone calls.
I'm not important. I swear to you, I'm like dirt. Hey, Jeff, where's that Jeff at? He's in the chat. Come on up on the
He's in
panel,
the
Jeff.
chat. I done dropped the doggone extra link for him to get in there.
Yeah. So anyway, how's everybody doing?
Oh, I'm just here. That's about it.
Yeah, I listened to
had.
the stuff about the dog and everything. That's a mess.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you can wrap some money up in them. I did one, and
yeah. Well, she's the only thing we're gonna ever be able to have as a kid. So I mean, our
Right.
dogs is gonna be our kids. So I mean,
right.
and you know as well as I do, Mark, that if you got if something was wrong with one of your kids, you know, you would do everything you could for them. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, but I'm not gonna let them start cutting on her and using her as a daggum test animal. So.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, how you doing, Ed?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, but I had a pretty hectic week.
Yeah, me too. About 86,700 pounds worth of headache.
Uh-oh. A little bit over, right?
I didn't think it was. Doctor said I was fine.
Oh, well, your truck's got a weight problem.
Oh God.
Hey,
Yeah, I see you got a new kid.
got another. Mark's got a new kid.
No.
No,
That's not my kid.
this is my kid.
Well, his new grandkid. I meant to say.
But the first kid still lives with grandma and grandpa.
Not as of today.
And it's going home.
Oh, okay.
We're all just visiting.
No, they just got this one. This is
He's a Great Dane. He's a
Great
European
Dane.
Dane.
Oh man.
He's 9 weeks old today.
I have to tell Kyle he's gonna have to work overtime to pay the food bill on that one.
No, this was my purchase. I'll support him.
where in the heck is Jeff at? Why ain't he up on the panel?
All right. Oh, come on, Bubba.
Can you adopt me too?
Yeah, adopt us. Yeah. But there he comes. He's got to make a grand entrance.
Hey, there's my buddy Jeff. What you been doing? Sleeping, Jeff, or what?
I didn't know until I got to work. This is for
Oh, you got bleach?
Huh?
I didn't know you had any friends.
No, I ain't.
Hey,
I got
son.
acquaintances. You meet them here and there. Sometimes you don't want to meet them.
I thought you guys were sending that big snow out here, Ed.
I thought we were too.
I died out.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
The only thing I really got a lot of coming across PA was ice. I picked up a lot of ice.
I had the other guy. I had a guy at Plaza County. He was telling me the day before he's on his phone looking, and he's telling me all about how we were supposed to get 6 to 8 up by High Point and this and that. We got a ground covering and it melted an hour later.
Wow.
You didn't get
But we got 11 hours sitting there.
Oh, okay. You still, well, as long as you still got paid for it, at least the Mighty Mac was in position.
Had a good breakfast at the diner. We ended up sitting in the back of the diner all day.
Oh, there you go. You didn't go hungry then, did you?
No, I'll tell you what, though. I can't believe after watching some of these guys eat, holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
3 eggs, home fries, bacon, sausage, a stack of pancakes. And there I was with 1 egg, a sausage link, and some home fries.
Geez, you didn't even start to eat then by the time what he had.
Well, they were looking at me like I was some kind of something wrong with me. And I said, that's what I get every time. I go to the diner, that's what I get. 1 egg with sausage and home fries. And rye toast. Can't forget the rye toast.
Yeah, rye toast is good stuff.
And orange juice. Got to have orange juice because that's probably the only thing I drink that's healthy next to water.
No, you can't drink water because fish have sex in that. We ain't doing that.
And you can't drink orange juice because it's got too much natural sugars in it. So.
Yeah. That's the only bad thing about being diabetic. You drink orange juice and it just shoots it right up.
Yeah. I went looking something told me to look yesterday because the less I'm eating, the more I'm gaining weight. So I went to looking. I've been just sitting here drinking a lot of diet sodas.
Well, you might as well just drink regular sodas there.
Yeah, and that's what I found out.
Actually, Daryl, I tell you, a good drink is that Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. That's real good for you. It doesn't have that stuff that the diet soda has in it, and you can't tell the difference. That's what I drink because of diabetes. I drink that zero sugar, and
Mhm.
it's pretty decent.
Well, that's something. I mean, I got the. They said them artificial sweeteners was worse on your body than the actual
Oh yeah,
sugar.
you gotta watch that stuff.
Yes, it is.
I mean, like I said,
What is it, saccharin or some shit that they put in that stuff? I forget what
yeah,
it's called.
yeah, and I mean, it's gotten to the point where I mean, it's the more the more I start, I started gaining weight, and I wasn't very eating very much because I mean, through COVID and all that, I didn't want to eat. I just drank a lot, and I got on the scale last night, and I had to went up 10 pounds. So I mean, and then so that's gonna piss my heart doctor off. So
Well, you know what
that's
you gotta do there, Daryl. Before you get on the scale, you gotta take that little thing underneath and turn it to the minus side about 10.
yeah,
Then
but
you ain't
the,
getting nothing.
yeah, but when I go back to my doctor, he's gonna tell me that doggone nurse is gonna stand right behind me and look over my shoulder. So
We're gonna
I
stand
I
on
can't.
then.
Well, I mean, I get an argument with her every time I go in the doctor's office. I get an argument with her because I said, you got this set up backwards. She said, why is that? I said, because the first thing you do is put me on that scale. Then you turn around and take me around there to do my blood pressure. I said, why not do the blood pressure first and then put me on the scale? I said, quit doing it backwards. I mean, no wonder my blood pressure. But actually, I went to my regular doctor a couple weeks ago. And actually, my blood pressure has come. Whatever it was that was wrong, must have worked itself out because instead of 200 something over 180s at the bottom, it had dropped down to 138 over 78. So and I, so I mean, it it don't make any sense. But I told her, I said, well, but the A1C came back, and that made up for the day.
That tells everything right there.
That A1C came back, and it made it look worse, a whole lot worse uh, than
Yeah,
just
that's what
what
gets me every time.
I got an attaboy pat on the back for blood pressure, and then I get slapped down for a bad A1C. So
We're gonna get you coming or going.
yes, so that's just the way life works, I guess. Uh, so
Yeah, I had one of them weeks. I deadheaded from Palmerton clean over to Butler, PA, to load a hazmat going back over there, and I got all the way down there, get into AK Steel, and he says, "Well, where's your gauges?" I said, "Gauges for what?" He said, "So you know how much you got on." I said, "I don't worry about that." I said, "I filled the bucket." They wouldn't load me after I deadheaded all them miles. And I said, "You know what? You guys can eat this dust because I'll never come back in to haul a load for you again." I was pissed. So I come on home empty and loaded this morning out of Tempkins to go back over. And it was like, all it is air pressure gauges. I don't use them things. When I
yeah,
put these on, I
I
put them.
I put them on my truck when I had my truck,
Mm-hmm.
they, but I still got a daggum overweight ticket in Florida because even on a spread, I was 40,600 some pounds on the spread axle. The bill said I had the bill said I didn't have but 20,000 pounds the whole damn load.
Right.
So, I mean, so I bought them doggone air gauges. I mean, when the bill said you don't have but 20,000 pounds on, I'm not gonna sit there and waste no daggum. What is it, $14, $15 now for scales?
Yeah, $15.
I mean, I made it. I left Kentucky and I made it all the way to friggin' Florida, and I could have got past that one if I'd known that the place had truck parking.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just one of them off the wall scale houses that happened to be open that morning, and they pulled me in and said you're overweight. And I said, well, I mean, I literally could, from the scale house, I could literally see the place I was going to. And I said,
Those are the ones that get you.
yeah, I mean, it's just like hauling sticks, I guess, because I mean, where does the DOT set up around a paper mill? They always set up right outside the damn gates.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like last winter. I was sitting up in Riverdale there, the one snowstorm. We're watching these trucks come in, loaded to the ass with salt. All of a sudden, guess who comes rolling in the parking lot with the black?
Mm-hmm.
Went around the salt house, was sitting there. See him take the scales out, and he's sitting there every so often. He'd take a truck. Let me see your papers. And he would make them roll across the scale there and sit there and add it up. It's like, how much of a scumbag could you possibly be?
Hello, Miss Sandy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Georgia said hi to you.
it.
I was cooking dinner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what are you making for us?
Hamburg and corn and salad.
What kind of salad?
A regular salad.
Oh,
I don't know. Not a chef salad.
I'll be on my way.
And he had steak and eggs for breakfast.
Not only steak and eggs, but T-bone steak.
Whoa.
what'd you do? Go to Cracker Barrel?
No, she cooked it here
No, I
at home.
cooked it at home.
I think she's wanting something. There's a catch-22 to this somewhere.
Oh, gee.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
No, but
I thought about going down to Cracker Barrel, but you got to do it during the week over here.
yeah, weekends you can't get into Cracker Barrel nowhere because they're so daggone busy.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, but now I had one of them weeks myself. Anything that could have went wrong went wrong.
I had a good time. I got down there because I was told the other day, the night before, when the mass text started, it's like, here we go. 30 seconds after the first one, we got this one guy called text. He's as dumb as a stump. He starts going on and on and on. Is my plow on? Do I have weight in the truck? This and that. Pretty soon he comes out with, well, I need to know whose number's who. I don't know who's talking here. And I forget what I sent him back, something, and fucking boss sent up big like a laughing smile. And
Right.
he kept going, and pretty soon I just put right on there. He says, there's a reason why donkeys shouldn't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, my week was messed up. I was coming across 80 there and hit Clarington Mountain over there. These damn freight boxes are pissing around, get over there, can't pass each other, and dragging and dragging and dragging.
Oh, they're drag racing?
So finally I moved over in the left lane. I was damn near pushing that guy, and he finally got out of the way, and I went ahead and split another half a gear and laid into it, and then the truck started messing up. It was like, what the hell happened here? And just pouring black smoke. So I got to the top of the mountain, and I pulled over. It sucked the air cleaner shut.
Holy cow.
I pulled that much air through on the turbo, and I was like, son of a bitch. So I got that all done, took care of. Then coming back, I had a nice little load on. And I'll be damned if I didn't suck the other one. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I figured it was getting ready to dump a turbo or something. I was here to find out they had a bad run of filters.
No, I was gonna say I've never ever heard of a filter getting sucked shut.
Well, you're drawing some air to suck a filter.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
I ain't
You're
never had, I ain't never had a big enough motor truck to have to worry about sucking the filter together.
Well, I'm thinking, knowing you, you've probably got one of them gauges that tells you how much air is going through that motor.
It only goes up to 90 pounds, but it'll bury it right to the bottom.
Well, I'm sure you probably wasn't buried.
It was getting close.
The only time I've ever seen it do, suck one like that is when they get wet, like from pulling in wet snow or whatever, pulling hard, and then they
rain.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that, Chris. I remember the one guy I plowed 40 years ago. We were doing 23, and I don't know what it was, but then Max back then, you could actually, as you're going up the road, you could actually watch the snow come up the hood right into the air cleaner.
So after I got through that dilemma, I had so much snow and ice build up in my visor over top the windshield. It took the visor and snapped it.
Oh, hell.
And I was like, holy shit, here we go. The visor come down, the windshield wipers was knocking it, so then it bent the damn wiper arm. And I was livid. And I was like, yeah, this is really doing good this week.
That's supposed to be stuff that happens to rookies, there, Mark.
I know.
I mean, that would have been that's the kind of stuff that would have happened to Bo, not you. I mean,
yeah.
The younger fellas where they can get out and jump around and start trying to snatch stuff off the truck and all that.
Well, it wouldn't have been so bad, but I probably started to suck the other filter whenever I jumped out there like that, because it was just dragging so bad and they drug us down. And I'm like, this ain't flying. And I dropped that half a gear and stood on it. And jeez, I started picking that thing up. And then all of a sudden I lost my power. And I'm like, what the hell just happened here? Now I have before sucked a fuel filter. Before you had one collapse suck in, So first I'm looking at that, not thinking about air cleaner. Shit, it took that air cleaner and turned it inside out.
Well, did you see did I send you the video I caught of Bo driving his truck?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Before
Bo gonna get slapped in the head one of these days?
He was drifting.
He needs it about every week.
I was wondering whether that was before or after he went airborne. Because I mean, he's already got to let all the air out the seat so he can look cool. So his arms stuck up like this in the window and all that.
He rides low in the seat, and now he's got an extended gear shift, and he's cleaning up here to shift the gear.
Oh no!
But I thought that stock gear shift was already extended enough for him.
No, needed more.
That doggone that big gear stick is to hold him down, I reckon, so he can grab a hold to it to keep him going all the way up, I guess.
Yeah.
That's so he could pull himself up and see out the window.
But you talk about extended gear shifts. This is no bull. I had to put an extension on one of our snow plow flags on the corner of the snow plow. I had to put like an 8-inch extension on one for the guy could see it.
Yep.
Because we already have the longest ones that I can get, which are like 28 or 30 inches long, and yeah. But I got in the truck too, and yes, in the certain, when you angle the blade a certain way with the wing out, it hides it right behind the passenger side light and upright for the snow plow, so you can't see it.
Well, that sound like the headlights on this doggone GMC pickup truck I got out here. It's got a big dark spot right in the middle of it, and they don't have right in the middle of the headlights, and they don't have adjustments in or out on it. The only thing you can do is go up and down with it. I mean, it has. I mean, I hate driving that truck at night because I have to run the fog lights so I can cover part of the doggone part of that black hole in the middle.
I used to have just one. Actually, the first year I run the old Mac, the old DM, had one of them one-way plows, and it was one of the small state ones, so you couldn't even tell where it was looking on that side. So I took a couple of the Western snowplow flags and put them on there so I could at least see where it was. It's like as long as I knew about where it was, I could go right about an inch away from the phone poles as we were going up the road.
We run the aftermarket ones from Sam. They're about as big as round as your thumb.
Yeah.
And they're bright orange. And I got the longest ones we can get. At least that's through where we buy them at. I don't know if they make them longer or not, but and yeah. But the funny thing is the guy that drove that truck last year, with the same flags on it, never said a word about it.
Now, is that one of those Westerns?
Blizzard.
Blizzard. Okay.
Yeah, it's got the extra wings that pop out, and when you got the wing out and then cupped in, and you got the blade angled, see, they'd be the right side would be out, or no, I'm sorry, the right side would be back towards you. So you're throwing the snow to the passenger side. That flag lines up right behind the plow light and the upright bracket for the plow light. It's that corner, you can't see it from the driver's seat. If you do the homie lean, you can do it.
Yeah. No, I never had a V plow yet, Wayne. We don't have nowhere near enough snow for one of them here.
Well,
Although every DPW yard around here has them out in the front now. I see them all over the place. It's like, where did these guys? They must go out looking for them all.
I said I drove a V plow last year. It was on our little Ventrek tractor, but it has a V plow.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. When it's straight, it's nice. When it's angled, it's nice. When it's V'd or bucketed, it's narrower than the tires of the tractor.
Yeah.
So it's basically useless.
I know Power King made a V plow.
Mm-hmm.
I think they made one that it was 5 foot. There's one for sale up here at Stroudsburg, but that's like one of these adjustable ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it, but when you look at it from the front, it's like the bottom is kind of curved up like this. It's like, yeah, got to take that one and put a whole new bottom on it.
Well, Lisa sent me one of those videos off of Facebook or something the other day, and she'd never seen them drive staggered. Staggered
the
plows, so one taking one and kept pushing it all the way. They worked it all the way to the side. I mean, I think this they had about 5 in a row, 5 side by side, and two trucks behind them, following them up to keep the daggum traffic from trying to push the snowplows off the road. So.
And that's miserable when you're trying to truck down the road and they're doing that.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Apparently, you've never seen the Alliance City guys do it, because the speed limit's 35, and they're doing 45 or more. I've literally seen them, like, they got the first guy coming, and he's throwing the snow, and the guy behind him got a little too close, and it was throwing it up, hitting the side of the guy's truck almost. So yeah, they don't mess around.
Those are So I mean, there's a lot of times though that I've had to fall out because instead of following that doggone snowplow, I'd rather ride in the lane that ain't been plowed yet because you got more control over there in that lane there than you do the one that they just plowed the lane up. I mean, because that makes it even more slicker there because until after it refreezes or covers back over again. I'd rather run just about. I mean, the next day now when it's just ice, I'm glad glad they plowed it. But
Well, it's like my truck there. Our fucking mechanic, he doesn't like it because it's a Mac. And in 6 years he's been there, he's never ever done anything more than put a follow spring on it, and he didn't even put a new one on. He just took the old one, pulled it out as far as he could, and just kind of put some wire ties to hold it so it wouldn't come out. But when he put the plow frames on them all, he's got them all on right except for my truck. My truck, he's got it hanging real low. It's like the frame itself is a little more than that off the ground. That's when the plow is down.
well, I mean, I remember that when most all of them were Max. Most of the snow plows or down where I lived in South Carolina, it was always them damn stick haulers. I mean, they all had Max and anything that had to go into daggone swampy areas. Everybody had Max. Now them idiots is down there with the side flares and all that on them, and then trying to go haul logs with them without getting. And them trucks have been all the hell down there because all the flaring on them has been all the heck because they didn't have enough sense to take the flarings off of it whenever they decided to use it as a wood truck. I mean,
I don't like them side drop plows that come out from the middle of the truck and drop down. A bunch of years back, we used to own a bus, an actual nice bus at work, and the snowplow was in the left-hand lane. He is only going 40 miles an hour, something like that. Well, the lane our bus was in was clear, so he was going to just roll on by. They don't know exactly what happened, but that plow caught the side of our bus right behind because it was like a Chevy, it was like a Chevy truck cab bus behind it. It missed the driver's door and caught the side of the bus and ripped it back. And there was a guy sitting in the seat right behind him. It took him out. He was asleep. He was sleeping up against the window. Yeah.
Oh God.
And it was a no fault accident. They didn't charge our driver. Didn't charge the snowplow driver. From the other people that were on the bus, which were athletes, they said the plow was hanging out further than it wasn't in the completely stowed position when they looked out the windows and seen it coming. So, because in the stowed position, should have been no way that the bus should have hit it. And at first they were saying, "Oh, the bus, merged lanes and come over into it." And no, our driver, he was a retired truck driver, and he just come and would drive our bus for extra pay and just part time. And he had awards and everything else for safe driving and all that kind of stuff. So you can't tell me he drifted lanes into that snowplow.
Yeah. Well, you watch some of these guys that run them wings here. Some of them have them pulled up tight, and some of them, when they put them on, they leave the chain out a couple of links there so that they don't pull up tight.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
a lot of the towns up here now. They got these little single axles with the little short, like 6-foot wings and stuff on them. Now it's like, what,
this was actually a state truck,
yeah.
and they couldn't prove whether it was all the way up or all the way down because the thing was off the truck whenever everything come to a stop.
It takes a good amount to pull one of them off.
But it opened the bus up like a pop can. About halfway down the bus. By the time our driver got it, figured out what was happening, and then veered off to the right and off the side of the road.
Oh, we got that big 4-wheel drive Western Star. It's automatic and stuff. And he had that thing special built for doing snow work. Big ass huge frame on the front on this monster ass bumper. And Carl come back the one day last summer, the bumper's gone. Like, what the hell did you do? And he's trying to say, oh, one of them Amazon trucks come up alongside of me and hit it.
Well,
it's like, well, where's the bumper, Carl? Where's the police report? Because this thing was like a piece of 3/4-inch steel come off the side, and it had a big bracket, and this thing was actually bolted to the side of the plow frame with like 2 5/8 bolts. So it's like, what did you actually hit?
So when I started where I'm at, we had 2 Chevy pickup trucks, and they had the Myers plows on them, the 8-foot or 8'6" Myers plows.
Yeah.
And the way the one truck was set up, it would act when the blade was actually turned to the side, the blade would actually rest against the bumper, and we had a guy push the bumper into the truck, and we're like, "What did you hit?" "Nothing. I didn't hit anything." The bumper's pushed back 4 inches. They've ran the truck for like 6 or 7 years now, never had a problem. What did you hit? "I didn't hit anything." Okay.
He was just using the bumper to push the plow.
Something.
But it is something else.
Yep. We put the snow equipment through the paces this week, so it wasn't a real hard snow, but the second day, what day was that? Wednesday, when we got all the snow. We were out there pretty decent long time, but then it started raining, and all the snow went by.
Pretty soon it gets real heavy.
Well, no, we already had the sidewalks cleared, but all the snow went bye. Down here at my house, by the time I got off work and everything, you couldn't even tell it snowed at my house.
Wait just a minute. Is probably behind my little picture up there in the corner. Is he actually cleaned up today, or? I mean,
Yeah.
It looks like he's actually shaved and
got his hair combed.
I mean,
got a clean shirt on.
I mean, I'm wondering. I mean, Kaylee must be really cracking that whip. I mean,
well, the big question is his pants tucked into his boots?
Amazon.
Oh, he got jammy pants on. Damn, he is relaxing, man. He must not have worked today.
Nope.
Yeah, he took the day off. There it is. That's it.
And they only live across the street now.
Oh, it finally got moved in. Awesome. That's awesome.
yeah. So, is your other than the bad week you had, Mark? Is your back holding doing okay and bouncing up and down the road?
It's not going to get no better. So I ain't no sense of me sitting around.
Nah.
Do what I can do and go on.
Is the back brace helping? No.
Mm-mm.
You know, the only thing nice about the other day, there was no snow in the parking lot, so I could walk back and forth there. Because we get out every now and then just to get out of the truck, and it's like when there's snow on the ground, it's real hard for me to walk. And when I get to the sidewalk going into the diner, it's like I gotta take and hold on to the car next to me so I can get up. And going down is even harder for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Then if I hit like the tracks where somebody just pulled in because it wasn't plowed yet, it's like that little slippery spot. Even though I got big grippers on the shoes, them shoes I got just doesn't help.
I about went down this morning. There's little dust in a like snow melted snow that froze overnight. Wasn't paying attention when I got out of my truck, and yep, I about went just about went down. But I caught myself.
Did you do the speed dance there, Ed?
Yeah. Oh no. I stepped out of my truck and I went to turn to reach in and grab my lunchbox, and I felt the one leg going, and I kind of latched onto the seat, and I had my coffee cup in one hand, so caught myself and stood there for a second, regained my balance, and grabbed everything else, and just kind of did the shuffle until I got out into the actual parking lot where they salted. And so that's one thing they won't have somebody like when like the snow crew and stuff comes in, they won't have somebody either come in early, before we get there and plow, which the supervisor is always there before we get there, and just plow a place for us to park and then run some salt over it after we leave. Take 10 minutes. Nope. And when I said something, they're like, well, why can't you do that? I'm like, because I've been here 20 years, dude. I don't have to do this shit. I will walk through knee-deep snow. But there's other people besides us that park in that parking lot. There's housekeepers and stuff that come in, So whatever. If y'all wanna listen to them bitch, then listen to them bitch.
Go in to just go in the shop and put your set of earmuffs on and act like you're working under there till they quit bitching, right?
I just turn my music up.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean,
y'all know I'm hard of hearing. I can't hear with background noise, so I just turn the music up. And I got an old tablet and a Bluetooth speaker. I just bump, turn the volume up on it. What was you saying something to me?
No, not at all. Why would I?
Yeah.
You heard that from Rob? He's gonna call you tonight.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him to Rob.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna let me know how that stuff's gonna load.
I thought I was doing good the other day. I was at the diner and I was sitting there and I happened to see milk crate sitting over there on the side. It's like, let me bring that over and see. I brought it over, put it down. I was like, shit, this is better than an igloo. This here is perfect height. So I took the rope I had and I tied it on there. Time I got on there, I got it in. Well, it was a long milk crate, so it's like now I can't put it down in front of the seat. It's laying on the seat, and the thing was all wet, and I don't know. It had all fucking old milk on it. It's like time I got done with it, my hands were all sticky and shit, and I'm sitting there trying to wipe them off. And it's like every time I touch something, you get sticking to it. It's like, oh boy. So I got home, I took a can of brake clean, and I just sprayed my whole hand down twice there.
Stick it in the bathtub, scrub it down. It'll be all right.
Oh, I ain't sticking it in the bathtub. I'm going to take it outside, leave it outside.
There you go.
I figure I'll scrub it off. I'll just cut this thing right in half and take a little piece of plywood, a little 1/2-inch plywood, put it on the end, and just a bunch of wire ties and tie that on. That way there, maybe it'll be small enough where they'll fit down in front of the seat.
Yeah.
Heck, back when I was growing up, that's what I sit on half the time in them old daggone car haulers. That's what I ended up sitting on, with a daggone milk crate. Either that or a seat that wasn't bolted down. The old man be snatched the seat out of another old broke down truck sitting there at the shop yard and hauling cars. He'd just throw the seat in there, and that's what I sit on, and then that's wobbling back and forth. Nowhere ride to it at all. So,
Well, in high school, a buddy of mine was redoing his pickup truck. He took the bench seat out and was going to put bucket seats in. Well, he found out he couldn't put them in without making brackets and stuff. For about a week and a half, he used one of them aluminum folding chairs, but the beach ones that are short. The beach ones that are short.
yeah.
Oh.
He used one of those, but he ran screws down through it to hold it in place. But yeah.
I mean, and then we went to then back when we had the seats were out of the, we'd have to take seats and all out of the cars to get the upholstery fixed and all that stuff when working on the cars. And I mean, it was a whole lot easier to clean the cars up anyway with the seats out of it. So, if I had to drive, most of the time I'd drive it to the upholstery shop and then had my little milk crate in the back that I sit on to drive back to the shop with. I mean, so it was. I've done all that stuff.
Well, back in December, we took one of our bucket seats out of one of our vans to have it recovered. Uh-huh. It's a van that nobody uses. That's why I pulled the bucket seat out of it, and to move it back up into the parking lot where we park it at, I've got a big. It's like 6x8 or 6x10 chunk of wood. It's about a foot and a half or so long. I stood that sucker up on its edge and sat my ass on it, drove it up in there. I just left it sit in there.
When you do driving a car or truck on a milk crate though, you had to do the white knuckle thing a little bit, because I mean you had to hold yourself up while you was trying to drive. So,
well, see, I was lucky. I had one of the divider things, like it's in the cargo vans.
Yeah.
Behind me, so I could actually put my back against that, and but I was just going through the parking lot. I wasn't going anywhere, high speed.
Weren't going down the road,
right?
We got done the other day. They knocked us off at about 6:30. It was raining. Boy, was it raining! Then I was coming up the hill. I was coming up the mountain over Sparta there. It was almost like freezing rain. Got over the first hill, going down into what I call a punch bowl in between the hills. All of a sudden, I see everybody slowing down. There it is, the Mexicans all coming back from wherever they were going. They were all lined up, and it's like nobody would pass them. It's like, are you kidding me? Finally, the one guy moved over. They started passing. I passed them guys doing like 65.
Well, every crash video I see, you looking at YouTube and looking at the videos and stuff, and all these big major crashes. It looks like every damn one of them's got at least three damn FedEx trucks in the middle of them. What the hell happened to them? I mean, FedEx used to be pretty decent drivers. Now they gone to hiring Swift drivers or what?
Well, it's all the same anymore. Hey, none of them should be on the road.
Well, I seen where Walmart is having Walmart, one of them jobs you used to had to be on a damn waiting list, and 5 years with a perfect record, and and know somebody that knows somebody to get into drive one of them Walmart trucks.
Yeah,
But
not no more.
but now I seen the other day where they're gonna start hiring people out the damn warehouse to drive the damn trucks.
Well, I love when you come across these Mexicans because most of them are scared to death in the snow.
What's that big mountain in West Virginia there, Mark? On 64. I can't remember what's the name of Sandstone. I was coming across Sandstone one night, and I had a student with me. He was scared to death of the mountain and I'm driving some. I said, well, you got to learn how to drive in these mountains. And I said, I was coming out of Indiana, going across there, and with a load of office furniture. It wasn't no heavy load, but anyway, he I fooled him. I said, look, I'm gonna put you driving this truck from I stopped over that Bluefield thing there. We're right at the split there at whatever that Tamarack or whatever it is there. I stopped in there and I told him, I said most of the main mountains are gone now, so you can go you can take over from here. And trying to ease him into it. Well, I didn't tell him about Sandstone Mountain over there. He got up to the top of the hill. He said all trucks pull in and must pull in and do a safety check. He pulled in and and we walked around the truck and then pulled off. He said, what was all that about? I said, oh, you figured out in about 5 minutes. and that daggone sign sitting there with the steep downhill climb. I said, do not put this truck, do not go over six gear in this truck. I said, throw your emergency flashers on and don't go over six. I mean, it's pretty much a straight shot. I mean, it ain't got no real serious, but I didn't, but I suckered him into that daggone mountain. I mean, he said, I thought you said there wasn't no more mountain. Oh, I said, oh, I forgot about this one, but just do like I tell you, and you'll get down to art. And so he was white knuckled all the way to the bottom.
He got no sense of adventure, huh?
I mean, you could literally just see the kid over there shaking, trying to come down the hill.
That's when you just drop her neutral and go for the ride.
Yeah, I said.
Oh, I can remember back in the Mount Hope days, they used to do that on 280. They kick the trucks out of gear and go down that 3 miles of downhill to see who could go the fastest.
Yep.
And that was back when we used to run 27, 28 tons in them 10-wheelers.
Yeah, it was the old Georgia overdrive.
Yeah, well, that worked out until a couple of them hit. They were working at the bottom, the traffic was all backed up, and about 4 or 5 of them ended up running over about 8 cars each.
Ouch.
They shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
Get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm coming through.
Yeah, it's not by choice either.
Yeah.
I don't know why, for some reason, they don't let you run that kind of weight in dump trucks no more.
I wonder why. What?
Oh.
Can't run what kind of weight?
Hey, if it fits, it ships. That's why I got big rears in that Mac. Everybody says you're loading it heavy. No, I ain't. When I get up around 27.5 tons, then I'll start fucking giving it some thought. Until then,
That's only good for the front half of the bed. What are you putting in the back?
He's
I
got,
don't have one of them big fancy Mac trailers. This is only a 16-foot body on this thing.
he's got to leave him enough room back there so he can go back there and lay down, Mark. Since the Mac ain't got a sleeper, he can go back there and take him a nap while he's waiting.
Yeah, the problem is I can't climb up the side of the truck to get in the back.
Hey, I seen you how you can do that, fix that too, Jeff. I seen a guy that had him what is them things what the hell is it? If I wasn't trying to think of it, I'd know. But he had it slung up underneath the truck, and he was laying there sleeping in a hammock. He had the hammock stretched out underneath the truck.
Shelby.
Shelby!
Hi, Shelby.
Yeah, she's a little undernourished. I gotta feed her.
Yeah,
You went back on the road.
Yeah, right. She ain't undernourished.
Now, why gotta be that way?
Well, Sandy is the German Shepherd. Does she let him back in the house when he comes home now?
She attacks him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
See,
I'll tell you what though, when he's gone, every noise she is right there.
Yep. And when she hears that truck come in, shoot, I can't even get in the door. She's wanting to maul me because she knows I'm home.
Well, actually, all of them.
see, you need to get a doggy lift and just let him go with you.
No,
Yeah, right.
they ain't got no business in a truck.
You can take Remy.
I don't think so.
Well, you take Roscoe. You know nobody ain't getting in your truck with him.
He might not let me back in.
Yeah, I know.
My truck.
Yeah.
Hey, I got Bosco in the pickup when we went around the block the other day. He was happy as could be.
You could take the little rat dog. She wouldn't get in the way. She don't take up much space.
That's not my dog,
No.
and that dog is leaving tonight.
Oh, you love that little shit.
I don't
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, but that dog she's got now is gonna grow up, and when it grows up, a little dog ain't gonna be a good Scooby snack for that dog. Mark, Great Dane. I mean,
Yeah.
That dog's a Great Dane.
the one she was.
Oh
the one
boy.
Kelly had it for ago.
Yeah, the race dog.
That's gonna be a mini horse.
Mhm.
My brother's got one of them Great Danes, Gibbs.
I
He's
hope the
scared
house.
of his own shadow.
I hope the
You
house.
turn around and just go boom. He's going.
I hope
Oh.
the house.
If you go in the house when he's in the house, and my brother ain't there, this dog hides in the bedroom.
I hope that Kaylee and Kyle have extra bedroom because Kyle's gonna have to sleep on the other end. I mean, with a Great Dane trying to get up in the bed.
Yeah.
He'll think he's a Chihuahua. I mean, but
Yeah, the way she's carrying him around, the dog's gonna think it's a lap dog.
yeah,
Yeah, see in about 6 months how that works out.
yeah.
Not my
150,
problem.
152, 100 some pounds laying in her lap.
What do you mean stop using your crock pot?
Who stopped using crock pot?
I've seen the light.
I did one cooking video, and I showed everybody around the world what my crock pot looked like.
And he hasn't used his since.
I don't use them either, and I don't cook no more. I don't have time. Hell, I can go to McDonald's and get it a lot quicker.
And then you have to get another one of them steel valves to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to get another one of steel valves. Eat a
No,
big
I've been on this kick. I run out to Palmerton, and I'll stop, and I'll grab something from the Flying J deli thing, and run on over there. And that guy says, "Are them things good?" I said, "I didn't say they was good. They're edible." That's it. Just the filler to get me out there and get me back. I mean, they're not the best thing, but it's better than starving.
Yeah. Hey, when you're coming across, the Sap Brothers still up there?
Yeah, they're still up there, but they're so daggone high dollar. I don't stop there. I don't contribute to them at all.
Well, I stopped in there one time because I seen a big coffee pot, and I finally said, I got to go see what's up there. It's a small little rat hole.
Yeah, it's just a little
It
rat
ain't much
hole.
bigger than just a fuel stop.
And they're proud of their worst coffee ever. And they're proud of that. That's their big slogan. The worst cup of coffee ever.
Yeah. I didn't get coffee. I stopped there. I just walked inside. I said, I'm going to see what it looks like on the inside. I walked in the door and said, no, we ain't eating here.
Yeah, it's them. I don't even know how to say it. It's them ones that wears them funny turbans on their head.
Yeah.
I don't want to say what I generally would call it, but.
Well, they didn't have it when I stopped there, but still,
it
wasn't worth going in.
Yeah.
Well, I've been on my air fryer kick this week. Actually, like the last week and a half or so. I found these, they call them chicken fritters at Save-A-Lot, and they're pick 5 thing. And you put them in the chicken in the air. It says you bake them, but you put them in the air fryer, and they're oh yeah, they're not. You usually have like fried chicken and stuff gets soggy on one side, even if you flip it or whatever. These things are crispy all the way around. You throw them in a wrap with a little bit of cheese and some other toppings and stuff. Oh yeah,
air fryer, crock pot, and you got all of them. That ain't cooking. That's BS.
My air fryer is basically a oven. It's one of them ovens that have the fan that circulates the heat. That's basically what it is.
My oven, I can set it all the way to 500. I can put my stuff in there.
I can set my air fryer to 425, push the little button with the timer, hit the start button, walk away. It cooks, it shuts off, and
that's the thing about it. Mark, he just kind of admitted it a while ago, but he's talking about he won't eat nothing from a crock pot and he won't eat nothing from an air dryer, but he'll eat something from one of them damn rolly things at the truck stop.
Oh, no, absolutely not. That's where you're going to get that big C word and all that shit from them people. I won't even eat at a buffet.
I don't eat the buffet either, but that's for that. Mark eat off one of those rolly things that's been there all day long. I mean, a wiener that started out this long is now this long, but and black. But
I just can't believe you can't find hardly any more iron skillets anymore.
No, there's only
very few
right over there at Hubbard. That's the only one left that I know of.
Is that the one that's right there, right at 81 crossing, where 81 crosses 80 there? Or?
No, that's up there on 76 in Ohio.
Well, didn't we stop at an iron skillet on our way home from the trip?
Yep, one time.
Yeah.
Well,
I forget where we was at, but I was talking to Kevin, that PA boy, and he's not as far away as what he said he was. He's only like an hour away, but I'm gonna make an adventure over there with the V-twin with one of the baby ones and see what it does.
Well,
Was that still a pet shop up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's before you get to the truck roll and shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's before truck
Somebody
roll.
told me it was a Pilot now.
The Pilot's across the street. There's Pilot, and then
Yeah, I
there's
know there was always a Pilot across the street,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah. Well, there was let me take that back. Mr. Fuel. It was Mr. Fuel and
Yeah,
Petro
Mr. Fuel.
across the street. And I thought it was a Pilot. I was wrong. That was a Mr.
Yeah, that's Mr. Fuel.
Yes.
Because I remember the big oversized loads used to park there and over in the one corner over there at the Petro.
Yep.
Because they had that big parking lot back then.
Yep. They still got a big parking lot and all. But a lot of people don't contribute to Petro, and they don't contribute to TA no more because of their prices and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and then
Well, TA, I've never ever liked the TAs. They were always the shittiest places you could go into.
They're and overrated on their pricing and stuff.
Big
I
time.
stopped there. I did stop at a TA, and I wanted to get a shower. I didn't buy fuel or anything. It cost me $18 for a shower. And I said, "What the heck? Water ain't that expensive." But yeah, their prices. But I also take into consideration that minimum wage went up. Grant you, so everything's
Yeah.
going to go up. I understand that, but it's not like what they're making it out to be. I went to McDonald's drive-thru down here, $3 for a cup of coffee. I said, "Well, I'm done with that too."
The one I always had the hardest time with was trying to get into that Petro at Lake Station. Because that wasn't like you just get off and it was right there. You had to fucking do a couple of loop arounds and stuff to get into that one.
Well, I always went to the Petro there at Lake Station because all them offices in the back are all brokers.
Yeah.
And I used to broker a lot of loads off them guys there. That would be the only time I'd go in there was to go in and see the brokers and that. I didn't go into the truck stop itself. I went to the offices out back.
You talking about McDonald's? I've noticed that McDonald's down in your town,
Yeah.
their prices are higher than the ones up here.
Yeah, because they're privately owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I stopped in there to get a meal one night. I think it was on the way home from you or someplace, and I know what it costs because I get the same thing all the time. And I'm like, the heck, it's like $4 more expensive for the meal than what I usually pay up here.
Yes.
Well, all these damn fast food joints down here still ain't never opened up the damn restaurant part of it. I mean, I'm still having, over 20 years eating off a damn steering wheel. Now I still got to eat off a damn steering wheel. If I stop at one of them places, I mean,
all the truck stops there, they're all pretty much going back to that still. And now they pulled this big mess: no public restrooms. They shut them down because too many people are using this stuff. Okay, so now you're complaining about piss jugs and all this in the parking lot. You just made it worse.
Yeah, where are you supposed to go?
yeah.
If you have to work on a truck or something like that, damn sure don't pull out there in that parking lot and crawl on the ground. You don't know what you're into.
Well,
I'll pull off on the bottom of the road and do something over there if I have to work on something, because I damn sure ain't crawling underneath of it because you don't know what the heck's out there. It's sad. It really is sad.
Yeah, I mean, that's crop though. They close down the damn bathrooms in them places.
Right.
I mein, where in the hell are you supposed to? I mean, they're shutting down rest areas again. Where in the hell are you supposed to take a poop?
And if you pull off on the ramp, they want to ticket you for being parked on the ramp.
Yeah.
So they're just making it worse for themselves. California put all these laws into effect, and the people out there can starve to death, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
They was dumb enough to vote that stuff in, worried about their air, but they better worry about what they're going to eat. Because they're putting all these limits and everything. Ain't nobody going to go spend $150,000 on a truck to meet their emissions that they put into effect. What about the reefer units?
I mean, yeah, you can't even run the reefer unit out there no more. Supposedly.
So, you know, they're doing all this crazy stuff. And then the people are complaining about living in California. Well, vote some more stupid stuff in.
Yeah.
You're doing it to yourself. Use your head, dummies. But if that's where they want to live, more power to them. No, Mater, I'm not living in the old centuries, the 18th century. I'm living in the regular now time. Cooking is cooking, but crock pot is not cooking. Air fryer is not cooking. Toaster oven's not cooking. That's crazy.
Well, I'd hate to see them the way some of them drivers used to cook with those daggum whatever they're cooking in the tin foil and throw them on a manifold. I mean,
I'm good for that with my hot ham and cheese sandwich. I'll put it on the manifold.
That ain't cooking.
Wrapped up and it's cooking.
That's just one step up from a crock pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, nowadays with all that daggum, if it went to regen and you lose it right away, won't you? It just disintegrates.
I don't have a truck that regens.
And you never will either.
Probably not.
At least you hope not.
Well, I did have. What was it, man? Those newer Kenworths.
Yeah, the newer Kenworths with the bumper, with the radar on the bumper.
Yeah, 2 of them. They're no longer there. Yeah. First time that damn thing slammed the brakes on me, you're out of here. Biggest piece of junk. Took it to Kenworth, told him I wanted it. Took off the truck. Kenworth says we can't take them off. Well, I can't have it then.
Yep. Those are the ones you flew down south to get.
Yeah, me and Rich flew to Georgia and got both of them.
Yep.
And if you know that, you would have never went.
Nope. Never had a truck. You're just going down the road at 3 o'clock in the morning and all of a sudden it throws all the brakes on. I'm like, what the hell? There was nobody around me. It had to
It's
go.
like all these new trucks now, like the Western Stars and stuff. As soon as you push in the parking brake, the headlights come on.
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Remember,
I seen another trick that they've run into, a problem they've run into too. You know them they're on them self-driving trucks. Now all it takes is to shut that shit down is a moth hit that doggone that sensor up there on top.
Well, I'll tell you another thing that I just learned here. I don't know, it's probably about 3 weeks ago. The wife's car, the one that tells me to take coffee breaks, got this little thing on the steering wheel. And you push this button, the car drives itself. As long as there's lines on the road, the car will drive itself. You can take your hands off the wheel and stuff. The car will go around the corners and everything. It'll just follow the lines on the road. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I don't trust that.
Yeah.
It's nice. My car doesn't.
I used it coming out 43 on all them turns and everything. And I was just waiting to catch it. But it did everything it was supposed to do.
Well, here just a couple of weeks ago, a Tesla, I forget where it was at. It lost its GPS signal. It was in self-drive mode and lost its GPS signal. Come to a dead stop. 8-car pileup behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was in California or somewhere. I think.
Yep.
But
I don't know if it went under a bridge or in a tunnel or what, but I remember.
I think it went into a tunnel and it just slammed on the damn brakes in the middle of the damn tunnel.
Yep. Didn't even give a warning that the driver needed to take over control or nothing. It just come to a stop and 8 cars behind it smashed into them. Well, the Tesla didn't get hit. The other cars stopped and like veered and everything else, and they're the ones that all got piled up.
Yep. Can you imagine? I mean, they can't drive anyway, but I mean, who is going to be responsible? Is your insurance company going to be responsible because my self driving vehicle decided it's going to screw up, cause a damn pile up? I mean,
They're like driving electric Herbie love bugs.
yeah, yeah, but at least Herbie had enough sense to keep the hammer down. I mean, he could drive up the walls and everything else, but
Yeah, he could pull police cars backwards and stuff. I was
Yeah.
always amazed at that.
yeah, I mean, but it's just it's gotten it's scary. It's scary to think about what is out what this world's becoming out there. I mean,
Oh yeah, but you know the biggest thing is California emissions is the biggest joke I've ever seen because we're not in California. Why are they dictating emissions and everything to all the other states? It's ridiculous.
well,
Cajun, what's going on, brother?
Hey,
it's-
How you doing, Jeff? How's everybody doing in the panel tonight? Darren?
You're late. Explain yourself.
Well, when Missy hollered, "Food's ready," me and Johnny kind of tore that up. So
I guess I would miss YouTube too for some of Missy's cooking, and I never had any yet.
yeah, we had to eat, put our plates up, and I had some electronic stuff to do, electronic stuff to do. So anyway, that's all that's done. Hey, Renegade.
Okay, I'm glad Cajun's here. I need a new CB, Cajun. What do you think is the best one to get set up? I kind of
Why?
smoked on.
Why do you need a new CV?
It smoked the finals and everything inside of it. I had a short.
You
And
sure it's the finals that shot smoked, or is it
it smoked it.
yeah, but you
Smoked
sure
the
it's
roll
the
on the
finals?
radio. Yeah.
That could be that reverse polarity diode. You got a 6-amp diode in there, and that thing can put out a lot of smoke.
Yeah, that thing's
That's a
old.
protector.
I'm ready to put a new one in, but I don't know what to buy.
I got a nice DX33 here.
Man, I'd
Complete
say
with the mount.
that Chrome job I got, but I got to wait for my antenna to go up to test it. And a larger power supply, the 7-amp supply I have,
Mhm.
ain't got enough balls. That ain't got the stuff to make that radio to test it the proper way.
Hey, Backwoods boys.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, how you doing, Backwoods?
But you need the extra channels or no?
Yeah, I like the uppers and lowers because whenever we're running all together, we'll go on the high side or the low side to get away from the noise.
Gotcha.
It's too bad
figured that.
Livewire ain't there no more, huh?
Yeah, Livewire used to be real good.
Yeah.
And I haven't been back out to Texarkana where the wife actually bought this radio that I got.
Don't do nothing with that radio yet. Don't throw it.
No.
You can get it fixed. If it's what I think it is, what happened? You were hooking the radio up in your truck?
No, it was installed in the truck, and I had some wires get ripped out of the visor and messed up the marker lights and stuff. Well, then it took my radio. My radio was just smoke rolling out of it.
Oh, that's an easy fix.
So something smoked in the radio itself.
That's easy. You're right. Oh, so if you would be in Arkansas, you would have that radio going to him, let him fix it, right?
Yeah, he's the one that built that radio.
He's the one that set it up, right? Right. It's just a diode in it. That's all. And I've got those. I mean, if you want to ship it to me, that's fine. I'll fix it for you. I ain't gonna charge you nothing.
Yeah, I want to get it fixed because, like I said, the wife bought me that, and it's got that kicker and everything inside of the radio.
Right. Well, that Chrome one has that's supposed to be a 200-watt radio. They advertise it as 200 watts, but You know,
What's the name of that one?
it's a Connex.
Do they even make it?
What? That radio?
You have that one that I seen there when I was down there.
That one the one you can shave in, the chrome
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that's a Galaxy and Connex, same exact radio, just a name. They have the
Right.
same exact board in them. This one's got amplifier transistors in it, the round peels, instead of the square ones that with 3 legs. That's the Connex HD.
Now that's not the one that has that reverb and all that shit in it, is it?
Most all your Galaxies you get have an echo board built in. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't want the echo stuff. I want the power.
Yeah. It has it built in and a talkback. You can turn either one off though.
Right. Because I don't like that echo stuff. You try to talk to somebody and they got the echo so messed up and it's aggravating.
You don't want to sound like God?
No. I basically just
4300 HD.
4300. And who is that made by? Is that Galaxy then?
It's Galaxy Connex. They use the same PT3600B boards in them. Same exact board as your Galaxy. Yours is a Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Texas Ranger.
Oh, okay. Same board. Same
Right.
board. They all RCIs. Ranger RCI boards.
Right.
I've got a Galaxy over here, but it needs some work, I think.
But I've had that radio quite a few years. Well, in fact, when I first bought my first truck, that's probably been 17 years.
I know this here 33 I bought in 2000.
Connex 33 or
Yeah,
one? Yeah.
Galaxy.
Galaxy 33.
Yeah, I bought them both at the exact same time at the exact same place. They were both set up the same. I've been looking around. I'm trying to figure out what happened to the other one.
I haven't bought a radio in years, so I don't even know what's good out there anymore.
Galaxy, Striker's a good radio. Striker, oh yeah, those, but they got the same issues as the Galaxies and the Connexes with bad solder joints because of the way they manufacture them with that solder paste.
Right. Now the boys, they all run them Cobra 29s.
That's a fine radio, but you don't have the uppers and lowers.
No, they don't have uppers and lowers in it.
What was the brand they used to sell at Radio Shack?
Realistic.
Yep.
And they had Uniden boards in them, which Uniden made the Cobra boards.
Well, I've somewhere I've got one of those base stations.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It was
you
really
can plug, you could plug 12 volts in the back of them, and
yeah.
Yep.
That I used to have that in one of my trucks.
You probably had it. Probably was a Navajo, realistic Navajo, probably.
The thing was like 1.5 feet wide, had a bunch of push buttons on it, and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, good radio.
I still got it somewhere.
Yeah, that radio on Texas Ranger, that's been a damn good radio for me, and that radio will get out there.
Wayne said, "I got a couple of Midlands. That was a good radio too."
But those are back in the day, way back.
Yeah, Midlands and Realistics and Cobras.
And I'll tell you, I got another radio you probably never even heard of. It's so old. It is a T-Berry.
T-Berry, Bearcat.
Yeah, and that radio there.
I worked on many of them. I worked on 1,000 of them T-Berries. Those are real popular back then.
I better shut up. My age is getting out there now.
You had the wood grain on your T-Berry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That radio would talk.
I've heard of it. I've heard of T-Berry. I was going to mention it's probably a T-Berry or a what's the other one? A Royce. Royce was a good one too.
I remember the
Well,
Royce.
yeah, I've been riding in the daggum truck so long. You had to have a tomato can and a long string to talk to each other. I mean,
I like that one.
Yeah, but anymore, I don't care how big a radio you got, you can't get across the damn green grass over there to the
No,
other
you can't.
side.
No,
It
you
won't even
can't.
answer you.
Nope.
Hey, right now, that's why people like the uppers and lowers. In fact, the lowers are better because you get out further. Okay. Now, if you get real high, then you can get out further, but it's line of sight.
Midline. Weather max.
I thought I was the only
Weather
one that
max,
had that
yeah.
problem. Can't get across that concrete thing for some reason.
Now, right now, 11 meters, which is CB, 27 megahertz, and 10 meter, the band's wide open. That means the skip's rolling in, and you're not going to talk far on the interstate with a regular CB. You got to get to the lower channels, get about 40 or 80 channels lower than one, and you can talk all you want. It's deathly quiet down
Yes.
there.
On my radio with my clicker on it, I used to be able to talk from New Jersey back to the house on that thing. Well,
Probably
on
talking
the low
skip,
side.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
on the low side.
Right. Yeah, you get long range with the lowers. That's why AM radio, I'm talking about radio, music radio, broadcast band. At night, they used to crank up the power and bounce off down. That's why you could hear Wolfman Jack down in Mexico, up in Indiana, and all that.
Oh yeah.
or you could hear the trucking bozo in Florida. I mean,
Yeah. We used to hear this guy. We get over into Pennsylvania, up in the big mountains and that, we could hear this guy talking skip clean out of Louisiana. And I mean, he was just like he was just 2 doors from you. And
Yeah.
he could talk. But he
man,
has
they
a
would
big
get,
station.
them daggum base stations used to get on there, and they would just wipe out everybody. You couldn't talk to no daggum body.
Right. Well,
They get drunk up and they just start talking to everybody.
this fella out of Louisiana, he was trying to explain about his base station. It's not like the newer, it's got tubes in it, some type of tubes.
Yeah.
His amplifier.
Yeah. And I mean, that guy, that radio sounded just crystal clear and loud as could be, like he was just like 2-3 trucks away from you.
Yeah, he probably had a 8,000 watt tube type, and he had the 3-500Zs in it, or he had 4 2,000 watt tubes. Those are ceramic tubes, actually.
Yeah, and it's ceramic tubes is what's in it, he said. And he's got a set of power beams. And he says once he turns them beams, he can shoot that wherever he wants to go off of them beams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a rotor on his tower.
Yeah,
and he could turn them double stacked beams.
Yeah.
Probably 6 element beams. Anywhere he wanted to go, east, west, north. Well, he wasn't going south because that was the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, he would set it up and he would say, well, I can't talk a whole long, he said, because my neighbors will be calling me because I'm scrambling their TVs.
Oh yeah.
So he was pushing some power behind it.
They got one guy that fits the description of what you're talking about. His name's Corn Shucker out of Baton Rouge.
Corn Shuck, that's it. That's the name. He's still running it. But
Well,
we hear him clean over in PA.
Okay. Right now, let's see, Corn Shucker, I want to say was 68 years old when I worked on his mobile stuff for his car. And 68 now, so he's probably dead by now.
Man, it's hard to say. He said he's an older, retired fella, and he took him years to get up to where he's at.
That sounds just like Corn Shucker. Yeah. They got a couple Corn Shuckers, but I only know of one. I only met one.
Right. But yeah, he's pushing some power. I mean, he can just peg your needle when he keys up down there.
And listening to the beams on from outside the house. Yeah, that's right, Wayne.
Yeah, that dude in Florida, he's down around Fort Lauderdale or Miami down in there somewhere. But that song, when you hit all the way up 95, you hear him running his mouth on that.
Oh yeah. But the
Yeah,
ones that I hate are their loud radios are crystal clear and they got that damn bell every time they key the mic.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep. And then you'll hear them. And that just drives me nuts.
Golden Eagle radios had that sound.
That or the pinger and all that stuff, all them extra noises I used to hate that daggum extra noise.
The only extra thing I have in my radio is that jackass. Hee-haw, hee-haw.
That's probably Mr. Jiggs. It's a little white box inside your radio. The toy's inside of a little white sealed box. Mr. Jiggs CB toys. I used to put a lot of them in radios.
Yeah.
The Mark's case, it might be behind the steering wheel that's doing that.
That's why the wife had it put in there for the jackass driving the truck.
But Mr. Jiggs, what he did, he put real live audio onto those chips inside of those little white boxes.
Mm-hmm.
They had Ecstasy, the girl moaning.
Uh-huh.
They had Tarzan. Then they had Tarzan and Jane, which was Ecstasy mixed in with the Tarzan yell. That came in a little later after she moaned. Tarzan yell came in. Then they had what other famous one they had way back when? It was Tarzan and Jane, Ecstasy,
and then that daggum thing I got my panties on, my red panties on, or something or another, and
some of them guys have recorders in their radio. If there's conversations going on, they'll record it and then they'll hit it back and play it.
Yeah, Jiggs came out with those toys too. It was a recorder toy. You could do that.
There's a couple of them guys that runs out of the quarry here. It's got them.
It's just aggravating.
It records up to 8 seconds of whatever you want to put on it.
Yeah. But no, mine's just got that donkey e-haul, but that was in the radio when the wife bought it from that fella out there at Texarkana when she bought me that radio.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it's past my bedtime.
Okay, hey Jeff, catch you later, brother.
See you, Jeff.
Good seeing you again.
Real fast, Cajun, to catch me.
Yeah. Hey, at least he gave us a notice. Ain't gone.
That's it.
Usually he just says, click, go. Hey, there's Delisa. How you doing, Delisa?
Her nerves has been tore up all week.
Oh, I bet.
Wayne said he used to have a Heathkit. Oh yeah. Used to run Vox. Okay. That's wireless microphone. Not wireless, I meant it was when you started talking, it would key up by itself. That's Vox.
Yeah.
Heathkit. Yeah. That was real awesome stuff. But you bought it as a kit and you put it together. Or you could buy it directly. But the cost was like if you bought the kit, it was 1/3 of the cost as a regular product. Like say if something costs you $30 as a kit, it would be $90 already assembled.
Yeah, some of them guys are running the big ham radios in the semis, but they have the ham numbers on the side of the truck for the radio.
The actual ham operated.
Yeah.
Right.
And man, are they blowing some smoke? I mean, those radios get out.
Yeah, they're running illegally 1,000 watts.
Okay.
1,200.
Yeah, they're pushing. They got some good sounding equipment, but I'd be afraid to put that kind of a radio in a truck just for somebody smashing the window and stealing it.
Well, what they do if they park somewhere for any amount of time, you bet your booty that radio's coming out with them.
No, I wouldn't doubt it because they got some money tied up in them.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, ICOM 8300 or 7300, the one with the waterfall on it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a true ham radio now. I'm not talking about a Galaxy with ham channel. I'm talking about it's a true ham radio, and the ICOM 7300 runs about $1,400 if I'm not mistaken. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hell, that's really not that much compared to what she's got in that Texas Ranger.
Mm.
So, but I like to have a radio that'll get out there and I can receive just as good as I can get out just for what I do so I can hear what's going on.
That was the good thing about the Cobra 148 GTL and the Cobra 2000 base station, because the 2000 base station was actually the 148 board in it with a built-in power supply, 3 amp, 4 amp power supply. And the 148s had excellent ears, as they call them, a receiver on it. I mean, top notch. In a Cobra and CB radios, Cobra 148 was the best receiver in a radio.
Huh. Yeah, I'm more listening to people than really talking, because half the time they start talking, and that talking is what gets you in trouble.
Get you a bottom of the line Connex 3300 or Galaxy 33. Get you that. You better get on the lower channels with your buddies. It's going to cost you, I don't know, I forget how much. I can get them wholesale though, and convert it and send it to you. But just get you a bottom of the line radio until you can get yours done.
Right. Or I'm going to get in the market of finding one and just buying a new radio complete that's already all set up.
I think I got a Uniden out here on the shelf somewhere.
No.
He wants them lower channels. But hell, just having the radio, like to listen to, where there's a wreck or something, or cops laying and waiting,
Oh yeah. Well, I got one of them. I got one of them radar detectors built right into the interior of the truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because if you pass through Virginia, or I think it's Virginia, they outlawed it.
Yeah, they're all outlawed. There's
and they know they have some equipment. Well, they used to. I don't know about now, but they used to have equipment in the cop cars to tell them you had a radar detector in there.
Right.
I mean, they're actually outlawing all commercial vehicles now. Radar detectors.
Well, radar detector.
And all stuff. But like you said, that was always the funny part about it was the same daggum people that made the radar detectors made the radar detectors. So
well, that's the bad part of it. That's what I don't really run a radar detector. I run a radar jammer.
Oh, okay.
So if they shoot me, it's shooting right back at them.
Okay.
So
they're making you look invisible.
Yeah, that wasn't cheap either, but it's right up in the headliner, the visor of the truck.
Okay.
And it's a jammer is what they call it. Radar jammer.
I've heard of those. Those been out for some time, and they say they work.
They do. I've tested it many a times that they should have hammered me.
Well, I don't know if it's statewide or countrywide or just in Ohio. They're voting on or trying to enact a new distracted driver law for any cell phone use or anything. It's actually a pulloverable fence now or whatever.
Yep.
I wonder if they're Well, I wonder if they're going to include CB radios and stuff like that in there.
Yes, then that's what these companies are firing drivers and everything else because they're not using this.
Mhm.
Yeah. Headset,
Yep.
microphone. Yeah. Yeah.
I got one hanging in the truck, but my cell phone programs through my stereo and goes through the speakers in the truck.
I like that
There's a mic
setup.
right there on the
Mhm.
window post.
Yeah.
Well, so
Just like a few cars.
I can pair these headphones here with my cell phone and use it to answer calls and talk and everything else too.
Yeah.
It's got a built-in mic and stuff.
Yes. But I have a set of headphones hanging in the truck so that if they give me any grief, I have them. So.
Yeah.
But everything's going to that hands-free anymore, even in cars.
Yeah,
They're doing it.
my pickup truck's got where I can set my cell phone up to come through the radio.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
every one of our over-the-road cars, when I get in them, it as soon as I turn the car on, it comes up. You know, such and such phone can't be found, or can't be paired, or whatever it says.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm driving and my phone rings, I don't even look at it. My eyes on the road. When I get to where I'm going, or I could pull over somewhere, then I'll check it.
Right.
Well, somebody has been calling me every day. Well, and it comes up on my phone, potential spam with well,
Oh.
if you ain't gonna show me your daggone phone, I mean, show me your name or your phone number. I don't even answer the phone. I don't even answer it anymore.
Your phones now, it depends on the company you're with, AT&T, and there's even cell companies. They started this 2 years ago, or actually last year, putting they 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 know that it's a telemarketer calling you. That's why it's suspected scam or spam.
Mm-hmm.
My cell phone does that. I don't even answer it.
But
What I do,
now,
I'll flip it up and it says block number, and I block the number.
yep. Or you can turn on that device on your cell phone. It won't even let the call ring in.
Right. Right. Yeah, I need to activate that so where it doesn't even. Now it does. Sometimes my phone doesn't ring at all,
Right.
and I'll come back, and I'll be sitting right here, and say if I'm checking the temperature or whatever, I'll flip it up and I'll see missed call, and I'm like, I didn't hear the phone ring, and I'll go to that missed call, suspected spam. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it didn't let the call go through. It didn't ring.
Yeah.
Right.
But
But I can activate that part you talking about, Mark.
Yep.
That way it won't even let it come through at all.
Right. But the bad part of that is if a doctor's office or something like that calls,
Right.
they can't get hold of you when you're using that. Yeah, Renegade, no, you can't cover both ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I was fixing to say that the same thing to Renegade there, and you're not supposed to, but
no.
Well, I got my old blue Parrot still sitting up there in the counter that ain't used in.
Next time you go down there to the Flying Hook or whatever, look at the price of them things now.
I know it.
Good grief.
What's that?
Yeah.
Them parrots, the headsets.
Blue Parrot.
Oh, okay.
Expensive.
Yeah, I think it's gotten to the point where my last phone I charged it up, and the technology built into that one is too old.
Right.
Train coming.
But that the whole thing ever since this whole big C thing, the prices of everything has went stupid. neighbor lady called the old lady the other night, and she says, "Hey, did you get a new electric bill yet?" Yeah. Her electric bill went up $300 from 1 month. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. As I told Sandy, I said, I hate to see what ours is gonna be. Ours only went up maybe 50, $60. But I wasn't in the shop either.
The last 3 months, my bill has dropped $15 to $30 every month.
You look
My electric bill. My gas bill has went up.
We went from $70 a month to $185, and in 2 months. I mean, yes, I know it was a lot colder, but we've never had one that was over $120 to $130. I mean,
well, my electric bill for December was $78. I just opened my one for January, and it's 55 or 56.
They've come around and switched out all the damn meters, them daggum electronic meters now, and I think them damn things are off.
Well, ever since they put mine in, my bill is actually lowered. Everybody else I know said their bill went higher by like $100 or something like that. Ever since they put mine in, mine has actually dropped. I think what they were doing was estimating the bill a lot and going by my neighbors, getting actual readings, and just kind of averaging.
Yeah.
And now that they're doing actual readings with that electronic thing, I think my bill has actually dropped.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's crazy. I mean, and then when you start looking at the bills, they got all kind of different charges on the doggone bill now. So much for line maintenance, so much for connection maintenance, so much for this, so much for that.
Ice storm damage.
Yeah, and fuel surcharges, and
then there's a miscellaneous. There's a miscellaneous charge that they don't even tell you what that miscellaneous is for.
No.
Damn.
No, but I can tell you one thing: Appalachian Power went crazy in the last 3 months around here.
Well, yeah, because everything was supposed to take a 10% increase.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly when it went into effect. Maybe it just went into effect, but everybody got a notice that it was going to be a 10% increase. But see, Manise, for what I'm seeing from hearing from people, is sound like it's a 50% increase.
Yeah. Well, ours has doubled to triple. I mean, it went from $70 a month to $185.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yes, we had some cold weather in the middle of it, but I mean, but even during the summertime, we got the air conditioning, the heat pump, the air conditioning running all the time in the house, and the highest it's ever been was maybe $125 around here.
Right.
That heater draws more amps than that air conditioner does.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying though is, even with the 10% with the increase, because I looked up Appalachian's increase, what increases they were coming with. Even with that they said it will make most people average people's bill go up $20.
Yeah.
Okay, well, not $120,
right,
like ours did.
Right.
I mean, but then again, if they don't come up with some changes pretty daggone quick up there, up yonder, it's basically it's killing West Virginia again. I mean,
oh yeah, but the bad part of it is I don't know if minimum wage went up down there, but it did here in Ohio, and it just went into effect. And now people are complaining that fast food went up, this went up, that went. Well, what do you expect? Minimum wage went up. Who do you think is going to cover the cost of all that? The consumer.
Yeah. I mean, but like we was talking earlier, with the minimum wage, and they still can't hire. I mean, they still can't hire anybody around here to work in there because you still got to go through the daggum drive-through. You
Right.
can't even go in the daggum stores yet. So
Well, see, the 1st of next month, here to find out the stimulus thing. People on welfare was receiving extra food stamps, all that stuff. As of next month, they don't get it no more. So that will put people to go back out on the street and go to work.
yeah,
So as long as they was getting all this extra benefit, you're not going to get them to go to work.
no.
And they pretty much just ruined the whole economy by doing this. And they're blaming it on, well, we can't get no workers, we can't do this, we can't do that. But you guys ruined it.
Yeah.
It's just how much Peaches. But
Hey, Miss Peaches.
it's
Hey.
crazy. They meant well, but they ruined the whole economy doing so.
Yeah.
See, a buddy of mine, he got laid off from offshore. He was a pumper operator offshore on a oil platform. He was making $3,000 a month, minimum $3,000 a month. I know he's making more than that. But hell, he started making $6,000 a month with his unemployment and that extra, what was it, $600?
Yeah.
Whatever, for being laid off. They were giving you your unemployment plus $600 on top of that.
Right.
He was pulling in $5,000 a month.
Yeah. So why go back to work?
Yeah.
Hey, there's Sam's Garage. How you doing, Sam?
Hey, Sam. Hey, Raising Cajun. I don't know if it got through earlier, but hey, Raising.
Yeah, and that's how it was going on up here too.
Yeah, and
but that was to encourage people not to go to work because of the whole pandemic thing.
And I've noticed the gas prices are going way back, shooting back up again. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's going up 20 and 30 cents a daggum time now. But,
Yeah, just to fill up one time. I got 138 gallons of diesel fuel, cost me $784.
Whoa.
Well, I just took our little Isuzu box truck, and I think it's got like a 30-gallon tank on it. And I filled it up this morning, and it was sitting on E, and it was $125 or something like that.
Yep. And you
$4 a gallon.
I fill up 3 times a week, and shoot, it's way up there anymore.
Yep. Well, I ain't been able to. That's one reason I ain't been able to go out and shop is, I mean, not only vet bills, but the doggone price of diesel fuel running that damn little heater I got out there. I mean,
yep, it's crazy.
I mean,
but the people has made the economy what it is.
Yep.
and most people sit and say no. Well, you stayed on unemployment because you was getting all this extra, and there was no reason you couldn't go to work.
Yeah. I mean,
just with my heart alone, they disabled me for 99 years, made me put handicap license plates on my pickup and everything. I put the car in Sandy's name so I didn't have to run a handicap plate on it. Pulled my CDL and everything, and I had to fight them to get it back, and I got it back, but I had that stipulation of that handicap license plate. And it's not that I'm handicapped. I can go to work. And I'm just, that's just the way I am. I work and I enjoy doing what I do, and they're going to take it all away from you. Then they had enough nerve to tell me that driving is a privilege. Even though I have commercial federal driver's license, that is a privilege. Really? I had to take all this special testing and all this stuff for that privilege. That just burnt me up.
Yeah, I mean, but you can go ahead and buy a motor home with as long as your truck is. You can buy a motor home just at that length of one vehicle type that length,
Right.
and and then hook a damn big 50-some foot trailer behind it if you wanted to. But I mean, but hey, you can have that on a daggone car on a regular license.
I was looking at a truck that has a 150-inch sleeper on it.
Dang.
And I'm really thinking I'm going to have one.
Well, look at some of them race car toters.
Yeah.
They are a semi with a tractor trailer, and they don't have to cross the scales. They can run whatever weight they want.
Right.
You know why that is, though, Ed? Because used to the daggum DOT would pull them daggum race car haulers in just so they could get into daggum souvenirs that they had.
Yeah, the swag.
I mean, they would put. I mean, they literally would literally want to make you would pull them over, because I was right behind. I think it was Dale Earnhardt's truck one day going through the scale house, and they pulled him over here. He said something. He said, "Well, I reckon I'd go in here and give him some T-shirts. I reckon."
Well, I'm talking about these guys like from Street Outlaws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Them guys run trailers just as big as tractor trailers. They run the toters that are semis with a sleeper on, or a big toter home, whatever you want to call the thing.
You're right, Renegade. That's because they're not for hire. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah. Sam, just don't stay too long at the bar if you're going to be riding around on the ATV tonight.
Oh, he's got a bar in his garage. That's where he parties at. He's got.
Hey guys, I'm going to have to bail out.
Well, I was fixing to say we're fixing to shut it down because I've been over my 2 hours and all that stuff. But everybody, y'all have a good night out there. I appreciate everybody stopping in and all that stuff. And I will see you next Friday night. And keep our fur baby in y'all's thoughts and prayers, because I don't know what this week coming is going to bring up. So, but I mean, all righty. Well, y'all want to say anything before I take it off? Before I turn Cajun loose? All right, Cajun, take us out of here.
All right, everybody. Y'all know the routine. It's good being north of the grass. Stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. Either way you want to do it. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Pluta. Stick around, Mark.